What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down what just came out from the company itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is down 2%, 264 the low, 276 the high. Very low volume though, so 14.5 million shares being traded, 91.9 is the average. So a lot of stocks had this sell-off that happened similar with Lucid. It was kind of intense. So Rivian, SoFi, every stock had this crazy sell-off. Many stocks are recovering, such as Lucid, but it is a very low volume, and you can kind of see based on this, these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market. The frequency is definitely not there. You're seeing some buying recently that's kind of keeping it up, but the overall amount is fairly low. They did put out news this morning though, and so as of 9 a.m. they put out this, and it's not all that much new information. So I think this is actually surprisingly, I guess, or possibly even indirectly, why Lucid is going down. It's because what they're not saying. So Lucid Gravity combining 450 miles EPA range and just a lot of the other stats. So this is more of a PR kind of, or just more of a sales pitch, if you ask me, for the Gravity. Only new thing is, as of January the 31st, Lucid Gravity gains access to obviously the supercharger, so Tesla supercharger network, and it does indicate at the very bottom, I don't know why they put it at the bottom, because this is also the pretty much the only other good piece of news, is that Air is going to be on this and allowed to charge on the Tesla superchargers Q2 2025, but it says more information to follow. Maybe that's why they put it at the very end. Aside from that, all of this is new, or sorry, not new information. It's just regurgitated sales pitch. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of this news, but like I said, I think what this isn't saying is where the Gravity is at for production. So yeah, I think all in all, I think just they need to get their stuff together, and hopefully for their upcoming earnings, they have everything planned and laid out for them to say, hey, we're going to do X amount for deliveries, X amount, blah, blah, blah. They definitely need to hit a home run for that. But based on this, 23.32% of the free float's being shorted, works out to be 277.8 million shares overall are being shorted. Shorts are returning 189,000 shares right now. So generally, I see that as optimistic, because by shorts returning on a red day kind of shows that it's not justified. That's how I see things. Cost to borrow average is 1.08, but for those of you that kind of watch my channel, you would know that this did go up. And the reasoning why is 2 times per month, the NASDAQ does disclose a true amount of shares being shorted. The report just came out yesterday. It is delayed, so as of January the 15th. So again, you kind of have that lag from January the 15th up until now. So that's where Ortex and a lot of other platforms take this information and kind of run with it. But it's kind of interesting. It goes to show that shorts have been playing around. So shorts did return while it was running up. So going over here, so between pretty much the last 3 weeks in December. So I'll go here. Sorry, that doesn't show it. So right here, as Lucid was going up, shorts returned roughly 50 million shares. You can see that it went from 273.66 million to 220. So they returned a lot. So like 53 million and change. And that obviously helped Lucid go higher. And since then, so that does mean between December the 31st right here and January the 5th, they did increase that 53 million. So it kind of just, I don't know, they're playing around. Shorts are definitely playing with Lucid. So yeah, a increase report over report by 24.1%. So yeah, let me know your viewpoint on this. So as of right now, short interest is back at in the high or mid 20s ish. So 23.32%. So again, this is just more of an update. On a positive note, this just came out associated to NIO. It's just that their institutional ownership has dropped to the lowest level since 2019. This is kind of the opposite happening with Lucid. And I myself, I like to invest in companies, especially like companies that like institutions are backing. Because for instance, on a quarter by quarter basis, now that all 13 Fs are in, you see that ownership did increase 34.21% quarter over quarter with Lucid. Retail did go down. This isn't new information. I did bring this up already a week ago, I think. I put a title saying retail is selling out and whatever, because yeah, retail dropped 35.73%. So I think even though Lucid, the stock performance hasn't been all that great, you are seeing a lot of good backing that isn't being seen with a lot of other entities such as NIO, and I believe Rivian isn't even on par, similar to Lucid's numbers as well. So let me know your thoughts on that. Right now, 243,000 in calls, 150,000 in puts, 53% of all the options being done are bearish in nature. And I think the reasoning why they're bearish is because maybe there's an anticipation that Lucid will break that 50-day moving average. But of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be above $3, but that's only seems to be for the next couple of weeks. Not really all that much going on. Even the week of their earnings, it is crickets. So it's kind of crazy. Just people aren't really doing options with Lucid. Bears, though, they're anticipating for it to be sub 250, and you have a lot of pockets even for March for it to be like sub 50 cents. It's yeah, a lot of craziness all going on here. But like I said, just big money does need to start really getting behind it, and I think that stems to Lucid. Like, I can't just blame big money for not buying. Like, Lucid needs to give them a reason to buy, and right now, especially this news right here, that's not giving them a reason to buy. That doesn't actually state anything about the production and when people can anticipate a ramp up. It's, as of right now, the latest flyovers, we haven't seen any gravities whatsoever, other than like one or two just driving around. But yep, this is it is what it is. So I consider this kind of fluff news, if anything. But with it right now at $2.68, it is right above this S1. So 265 is going to be that strong support. Kind of bounce off of that general area. So 264 the low. So just watch for that to hold. If not, then yeah, you could see a further breakdown. So 255 will be the following support. 282, and then $3 will be the next strong target / resistance points. And aside from that, no new analyst ratings or anything. So last one was done 4 days ago. I've already kind of talked on all of this in, I believe it was yesterday's video. Side note, if you do want all of this information, just sign up. IBKR, link in the description below and also the comments. It's free to sign up. So yeah, you can just get all this good information, analyst forecasts, ownership, everything under the sun. But so definitely take advantage of that. But on the actual chart itself, so where it is at, some key points to really watch for is that 50-day moving average, and I feel like that is going to be eventually Shorts' target to really break below, even though they're returning today. But that's sitting at $2.63 right now. Super trend as well is at that 262. So if it does break below that, then this is how you'll have algorithmic trading really working against Lucid. So I think it would go down quite dramatically, in fact. So again, something to kind of consider. Aside from that, though, it is below the ALMA, so most likely for the next little bit it is just going to be trading wedge bound between that 50-day moving average and 100 right here, which is sitting at 260 or 286. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. What is your viewpoint on this news? Do you think that this is good? Do you think I'm being overly critical on it? And just generally, what's your thoughts on shorts? Clearly playing around, doing something, increasing 50, reducing 50, go back and forth. Like they're playing some game. So let me know your thoughts on all that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have absolutely been on point, so definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.